Well, that's right, Unati. Terrible news, sad news. Confirmation, of course, from the family. We'd been waiting, of course, for a couple of hours, obviously, to understand. The family had to convey the very sad news of the passing of DJ Warras, Warrick Stock. Incredibly talented here in South Africa. I mean, not just a DJ, but also a businessman. We heard from his friend, DJ PH Matubela, a little bit earlier on. He indicated that, you know, he was an incredible father. He was an incredible brother. But let's just speak to DJ Warras's sister, Nicole Stock. Nicole, I mean, thank you so much. I mean, it's been a rough couple of hours for you as the family. I don't even want to ask you how you're doing, but this is a terrible shock to you as the family and a shock to the nation.
I'm still in shock. I haven't processed it officially. I've just touched his body. It's still warm. Yeah, I don't actually have words. I don't know what to say. I'm broken, I'm shattered, because we know he was a voice for many people around the country and even around the world. You know, he spoke out bravely about so many issues that not many people will speak about. It's truly a tremendous loss, not only to us as a family, but to a nation as well. And, you know, I hope we use this opportunity to not focus only on the negative. Justice will prevail. We need to let things take its course. We need to stand together. People who are tweeting or posting videos, you know, please, I'm pleading to all of you, if you can remove certain images. He's got 3 beautiful boys, you know, just if you could take that off. We don't want that. We need you guys. We need positive stuff right now. He was a good guy and everybody knows that, and I think that's all I can really say.
And I mean, Nicole, you were speaking to a mom, you know, I mean, no parent ever wants to bury their child. I mean, you spoke about, and thank you for understanding, because, you know, we came here and we respected the family's wishes not to make the announcement. And unfortunately, we did see on social media that there was announcements that had been made. And I mean, just talk to us about the caliber of person he was. We knew the DJ. He was family to you. You know, PH spoke about what a wonderful father he was. And I guess those are the sentiments that we're going to hear over the next couple of days as tribute is being paid to him.
He was, as most of you know, a selfless human being. Warrick would take his shoes off of his feet, his clothes off of his body for somebody. He was a very giving, open-handed human being. You know, and no one really knew these things about him. Instead, they would say negative things whenever he did something, but he was selfless. He was for everyone, for every child, for any adults. You know, he was a Zulu, a Mexican Zulu, as all of you know, a Scandinavian. He found the humor in the diversity of who we are as a nation. There's no boundaries or no barriers when it came to Warrick and people, and we mustn't forget that. My mum is completely and utterly devastated. I love you. Be strong. There's a lot of people standing with you. I know that it's difficult, and the next few days are going to be tremendously difficult. Cindy, Rio, Ethan, Eli, Kian, I need you guys to be really strong. We need to unite as a family at the moment. We're going to hear a lot of funny stories. Don't listen to anything that's negative. You know who your dad was. So I need you guys to stand together. Please. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I'm traumatized. I don't know if it's the adrenaline that's pumping, but please, guys, keep us all in prayer. You know, his friends were his family as well. There's so many of you, I don't even know who to name, but thank you for also respecting the timing of everything as well. You know, we'll see what happens the next couple of hours, days, weeks, and even months. You know, I can't say too much. But yeah, I need to keep it together. I have to keep it together.
Nicole, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. I know how difficult this has been for you. You've been in conversation with the forensics and the police, and you're the family member who's standing strong here this afternoon in the face of such a devastating tragedy. Thank you, Nicole. Condolences to you and your family once again. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much for the hug. I appreciate it. I tell you, I guess, you know, when a family member hugs you while you're on location of a story, it kind of tells you about the difficulty that they are going through. And I can tell you his friends and his family talking about the caliber of person that he was, and the father, the brother that he was, and how devastated his mother is. Nicole had been on the phone with the mother just about 30 minutes or even an hour or so ago. And a call by the family for individuals who had posted some of those visuals on other social media platforms to please remove those. It's a very sensitive time for the family at this stage, and you would see that we had waited for the family to indicate to us when the right time was after they had spoken to the remainder of the family about what had transpired here in the Johannesburg CBD. The family is still trying to process what has taken place, and I mean, it's been incredibly devastating for them. Quite strong at this stage. We could see his sister, trying to hold in her emotions. She's having to deal with some of the devastation that's befallen their family at this stage. So at this particular stage, there is no official word from the police on what exactly they're investigating. What do the preliminary investigations suggest at this particular stage? The family also indicating it's still very early at this particular stage, but in the next couple of hours, perhaps we'll get greater details in terms of what is going to happen next. In fact, a few moments ago, the body of the late DJ Warras, Warrick Stock, had just left the scene after the forensic teams that, of course, completed their work. They'd been at the scene here for a couple of hours, combing the scene, trying to find any clues. There were a couple of cameras around this area, as I mentioned. Police, I would presume, would heavily rely on those to try and piece together what had transpired here. So we're still waiting for official word from the police at this particular stage. But just a few moments ago, in fact, the forensic pathology services van is still here, and that van, which is of course a few moments ago, I think in the next few moments, in fact, his body will be carried away from here at the scene where the forensics teams are still combing at this particular stage. Unati, I think I'll take it back to you in studio. It looks like, the body, of course, will only be removed once the forensic teams and the other investigators are satisfied, the crime scene investigators are satisfied with the work that they have done here in trying to piece together what has taken place. I must indicate we're still waiting for official word from the police. Unfortunately, we're not able to speak to any of the detectives that are on scene with us here at this stage. We'll have to wait for official word from the police, but of course, the family is still on scene, friends, colleagues, many of them still here, and they're expressing complete devastation over what has taken place here today. Unfortunately, meeting his untimely death, shot and killed in the Johannesburg CBD, DJ Warras, Warrick Stock, has been shot dead here in the Johannesburg CBD.
Criselda Lewis, thank you so much for that. Criselda Lewis, of course, at the scene of our breaking news story there. South African DJ, television presenter and businessman Warrick Stock, popularly known as DJ Warras, has been shot and killed this afternoon at the Johannesburg CBD. Of course, many of those who knew him, who loved him, who listened to his work, who watched his growth, have been conveying their shock on social media, taking to social media to also convey their condolences to the family and friends. His sister Nicole Stock earlier speaking to Criselda there, saying that the family is broken, the family is shattered. Also speaking about her brother as the father of 3 beautiful boys. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will be back with more news for you after this, and of course, more details around this particular shooting.